Hello everyone, it's Michael again here. So last time on our video we talked about inner VLANs and how we can have different VLANs communicate between each other. Last time we showed a router on a stick type method. This time we're going to be showing how we can do that with a layer 3 switch using SVIs, which is a switch virtual interface. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our notes here. This time I wanted to kind of do everything again from the ground up within VLANs, kind of showing how we create them, assign them to our ports or the interfaces, right? And then showing how we do that SVI as well. And so we'll go ahead and open up our command line for the layer 3 switch. Open up our notes to help us. There we go. So first we'll go ahead and create our VLANs, and we'll be doing it based off of what we've designed here, right? So if I move this just a little bit, we'll move that down actually. So you can see here that we got VLAN 20 being as marketing, and then our VLAN 10 being for sales. Okay, so we'll go ahead, enable our switch, and we'll go ahead and go into the configure terminal. And then in here, we'll go ahead and create our VLAN 10. Give it a name, which is sales. Exit out. Then we'll create VLAN 20. And we'll name that marketing. Exit out again. Now what we'll go ahead and do now is we're going to go ahead and set the VLANs to the interfaces that we're using them for, right? So we got our fast Ethernet 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 will be set for VLAN 10, and then our 3 will be set on that VLAN 20. So we're going to go ahead, go into interfaces. So actually a really cool thing that we can do right here to kind of save us a little bit of time is we can do interface range, fast Ethernet 0-1, and then we can put a range. So we'll do this for 1 to 2, and we can actually configure both of these at the same time. So this helps us a lot with just not needing to do so many redundant things, right? Instead we can do it compiled all at once. All right, now that we're in here, remember we can go to our notes. We're doing assign ports to VLAN. So we'll go ahead and do switch port mode access, and then we'll switch it to the access for the VLAN type or the VLAN number that we're doing. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. All right, go ahead and exit out of that one. Go into interface, fast Ethernet 03, and do the exact same thing again. Switch port mode access, switch port access, VLAN 20. All right. Now that we've done that, right, we've done that before in our previous video. So what our new thing is that's happening is our interfaces that we're doing, these VLAN interfaces that are SVIs or that virtual interface that we're designing. So what this is for layer 3 switches. It helps us design a virtual interface that we can use to help with that inter VLAN communication. And we can also, it's mainly meant as a way that we can assign our gateways, right? And so we'll go ahead and start doing that for our VLAN 10. And you can see here that we've set up on our notes on this is that VLAN 10's gateway will be the 192.168.10.1. We'll come right into here, interface, and we'll call it VLAN 10. All right, it's created it. We'll go ahead and do IP address. Then we'll do that VLAN gateway, which is 192.168.10.1 with our subnet mask of a /24 255.0. Okay. Exit out of that, and now we can go ahead and make our interface for VLAN 20. Interface VLAN 20. IP address 192.168.20.1 with that /25. All right, I'll exit out. And now, as you guys have noticed, I normally do a lot of hovering right here to kind of show that we've designed this, right? And this is just a nice virtualizing thing that happens within Packet Tracer, right? So you can see within the ports, they're in their specified VLANs, and that we have our virtual interfaces for these VLANs that show our default gateways for them for the inter-VLAN communication. But another way that we can be showing that, and pop up that notes again, is that because again, we're not always doing our projects and our designs in Packet Tracer, right? This is just to help us learn and understand it. But when we're designing these, we're going to be either manually doing it on those switches or routers, or we're going to be doing them through an SSH connection or a telnet connection, right? And so we have to figure out how we can understand that this is working through our command line. So we can do that by doing a show VLAN brief. Oh, because I am in a configuration state, I do need to add do to that command. And right here, you can see that we've created our two VLANs. You have our VLAN sales and marketing. And then another way that we can double check is we can do a do show run and look at the running configuration. Now, normally this will have a lot of information, and so you can also pipe it and look at a different section. That way you can minimize how much you're looking at. But I just wanted to kind of show you the whole running configuration here, right? Showing a little bit of that spanning tree, showing the interface for 01, showing that we've had it on that VLAN 10, right? And that 10 for the 2, and 3 is on that 20. And then we see our interfaces right here for the VLAN 10 and 20 of their default gateways. And so, yeah, doing your show configs and doing VLAN brief are great ways to see and double check that these are working, right? Seeing that we've actually designed the configuration. And I mean, of course, another thing that you can do, it's very classic, is we can go ahead, go to one of our endpoint devices, go and run a ping or trace route packet, right? So let's go ahead and do a simple ping over to our, we'll do our 192 or PC0 right here, which would be the address of 192.168.10.10. Now we can let it take its time. First one requested out. All right. So now it looks like we're having an issue here. So we can do, right? So we can try this again within simulation mode to just follow with the packet real quick. See where our error is happening. Right? No 10. Start that. Goes up. Oh! I already know what's wrong. But you can see here as the packet continues. Right. So what's happening here is because we're on a layer 3 switch, routing's not activated by default. So right now we're seeing spanning tree go off. But so basically my ping packet's going to go up here and it's not going to do anything with it because routing has not been enabled. So all we have to do, actually, go ahead and go back to real time, come into here and just type in IP routing. That's it. It will now start doing commands with IP or using more of that layer 3 interface or commands, right? So we can come right back into here, ping a second time, and now it works. So remember that. I'm also going to add that right here to notes, is to remember to always make sure that we have IP routing enabled, because when that's forgotten, nothing's going to happen with the layer 3 connections. And so I just want to say thank you all again for watching this video and hope you guys have a great day.